Hi everybody, it's that time again. It's the Wednesday of the week of the Republican convention. So it's the Wednesday after the assassination attempt. It's the day or so after the announcement of J.D. Vance as the Republican vice presidential candidate. We've all had a day to assimilate all this news, so it's a good time to ask this trusty Rider Waits, what does this mean for the campaign? So I'm going to shuffle them up and let's see what's going on here. Again, I'm going to do a 5.5 card elemental spread. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit, what we have, what we think, what we do, what we feel, and something to tie the whole reading together. So for Earth, and what we have right now is the Six of Cups. This is an interesting card to draw at this moment. It's a card of nostalgia. It's also a card of idealized memories. When you're looking back on things and remembering them as better or not as bad as they actually were. In this card, the past is literally giving a gift of memories to the present. The two children signifying the past and the present. The daffodils in the cup are the memories that are being passed from the past into the present. It is a card of reciprocity, of giving and receiving. And if it's an ill-disposed card or comes up reversed, it can signify being unable to move forward. You're stuck in the past. It can also talk. It's a card of memory, which is interesting in this position because it's what we have, and it can also signify the memory hole. Again, it's not only remembering things in an idealized way, but just not remembering them accurately. There's been a lot of talk lately about, are you as well off today as you were 4 years ago? Conveniently forgetting that we were in the middle of a global pandemic and locked in our houses 4 years ago. So we're looking back at the past in an idealized behavior, in an idealized way, and it's interesting the Republicans' reaction to the assassination attempt is bringing everyone together in the spirit of, we're all Americans, but they don't see, their behavior is kind of bearing this out. Don't pay attention to the authoritarian behind the curtain because we're going to have a big kumbaya moment. And it's interesting to see the way that the convention is playing out. Doesn't really signify a true coming together. It's more of a come with us or else feeling. So anyway, that's a tangent. In the East, what do we have? We have the Fool. So the Fool is a major arcana card, generally stepping out into the unknown, beginning a journey that is very meaningful to your true reason for being in this world in the first place. He's an interesting card. He has also been known i.e., with the name the Fool. He's been um, aligned with the trickster archetype in the past. You can see his magic wand is hidden, carrying his belongings, and he doesn't seem to be too worried about the fact that he's about to walk off the cliff. I am going to go out on that very same cliff and say this Fool is our new friend J.D. Vance. Again, not paying attention to the things that we already know. He is a trickster figure. He is more MAGA than MAGA. He is not who he represents himself to be. And the fact that he was chosen as the vice presidential candidate in the first place kind of throws a wrench into a lot of people's ideas about the way the campaign is going to be run. So, the conspiracy theory type, really crazy QAnon MAGA guy, that is our Fool, that is J.D. Vance, and that is what I think. So in the South, we draw the Seven of Cups. So visions, distractions, things that we may put our attention towards but aren't in service to our goals. You have, for example, there's jewels for wealth, there's a victory wreath, there are the snake is for courage, and the man's head is my understanding is he's supposed to be one of those classical Greek statues. So anyway, don't get distracted. This is stop being distracted. In the South, what we do and what we have to do is not get distracted. There are things that remain important no matter who is shooting at what Republican or what is going on in Milwaukee this week. If you're not aware of Project 2025, I suggest you Google it. I have some links in the description of this video that will familiarize yourselves with the plans the Republicans have if they do get into power again. I'll also be doing some readings in the future about different pieces of Project 2025. Suffice it to say, we can look forward to a much more authoritarian federal government in the West. And I thought this card might come up, the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a scary looking card. But it's a card that deserves a second look. It does signify defeat, but remember that we're talking about the West, we're talking about water, we're talking about emotions, we're talking about the way that we feel. And right now, I think a lot of us are feeling defeated. I know there's a lot of overconfidence happening on the Republican side. If you listen to the recent remarks from the Heritage Foundation president, I believe, they're acting as though they've already won, and we should not give up in advance. If we allow ourselves to give up at this point, I mean, it's only mid-July. We have a ways to go. A million things can happen between now and November. So the thing to remember about this card is that he's been stuck with all of these swords, but there is no blood, and the sun is shining over the horizon. So yes, there is defeat, but it's an end of cycle, and the sun is going to come up the next morning. So let's not be in our emotions about the way that things look right now. So, okay, in the center, final outcome, bringing everything together, is another of my favorite cards, the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about being aware of the good things in life, being able to take advantage of the good things in life. You're being successful, but through self-reliance. That success did not come without a sacrifice. The woman is alone in the picture. In Waite's interpretation, that means that she's given up family and she's given up friends in pursuit of these pentacle successes. The bird, birds are messages, birds are creatures of the air, of communication. In this case, the bird is hooded, so she has control over these messages. Something that we need to do is be disciplined. So for a final outcome, bringing this reading together, here's what I see in the cards. This isn't going to be easy, but it can be done. We need to be clear about what we need. We shouldn't give up in advance, but be willing to put in the work. And it's going to be more work than we originally thought, but we can get past the upheaval of an assassination attempt. We can get past the dejection of a week celebrating the Republicans and Trump and his ilk. We will move past this, and it's time to do that and win in November. I'm the Athena Witch, brewing up potions and politics.